turning on this light is kind of like opening Pandora's box for me. The world is filled with liars, but also filled with people that are too honest for their own good. Liars pollute society by a lack of truth, and the latter pollutes society by a lack of mystery. How do you keep your honesty at healthy levels without either seeming too secretive or detailing every single aspect of your life, eventually making people question their relationship with you? First of all, if you're speaking to a liar, to someone who is obviously lying, you either need to be a liar as well or just the right amount of honest. If you're speaking with overly honest people, you yourself also need to be overly honest or can be just the right amount of honest. Have you noticed the common denominator? If you're speaking to somebody who is actively hiding every single aspect of their lives, or actually adding something in that is clearly not true, the worst thing that you can do, and maybe even the only bad thing that you could do, is be overly honest. The discrepancy is just going to be too large. And vice versa. If you're speaking to someone who is just way too honest for their own good, you can't introvert yourself to the point of truth seclusion. I like to call it truth seclusion, basically lying. You either need to actually also give every single detail of your life and detail every single aspect of your life to them, or, as I said before, you can find the balance between being a liar and a voracious speaker. Being honest means not hiding any of the truth, but not going into detail. In order to be perfectly honest, like the perfect amount of honest, have perfectly good honesty levels, you need to see yourself as a storyteller. For a story to be compelling, it needs to be extremely well paced, and in order to not require a lot of effort from the listener, also not be that long. Save your larger prose poems for the bigger relationships in your life. Save the detailed introspection for people that are actually going to be interested in hearing it, and for people who are actually going to relish every single detail of your life. Because if you say to a random person on the street or somebody you've, hung out with 5 times, they're probably not going to appreciate your in-depth self-reflection. But if you are watching this video, you're either curious about what I have to say about the virtue of honesty, bored out of your fucking mind, or in one of the previously mentioned camps. Let's first address the problem of being too honest. Talk to your mother or your significant other, or to ChatGPT. Who cares? You can do whatever. Just don't speak about your most personal problems and situations in life with somebody who obviously does not care and who should not have those details. The gist of it is not oversharing, but also sharing everything at the same time. Talk about everything important that goes on in your life, but do not bore people with the detailed nonsense. Instead of driving people crazy with every single detail of your fitness journey, you can just say, hey, I've started working out, or hey, I'm going to start eating healthier. Don't talk about every single meal plan you failed sticking to or every single missed workout. For example, when somebody asks me what I'm interested in, what my passions are, what I do in my free time, I tell them, well, I run a YouTube channel, I really enjoy calisthenics, and I like reading. The absolute worst thing that I could be doing is the exact following. So yeah, bro, I started my YouTube channel on October 31st, 2023, and I have approximately 1,128 subscribers. I really enjoy talking about sociology, philosophy, psychology, and sometimes post some of my calisthenics videos. I really like reading absurdist philosophy. I've learned French to read the books in French in their original language, and absurdism is basically the idea that life has no meaning, but that's supposed to make us happy. I also really enjoy classical literature. I make videos about that. But yeah, bro, I've been really into calisthenics for a couple of months now, about 6, but for the first 4, I was basically doing nothing until like 2 months ago, where I discovered what a muscle up and what a handstand were, and now I'm training hard for those. I'm also at the same time training for a back lever and a front lever, which is basically an exercise where you present the truth as if it were a concentration camp inmate. Whole, but definitely lacking fat. You gotta admit that was really creative. If you're a chronic liar, consider the following advice. Some parts of your life might be interesting without the need for exaggeration, if you're that type of liar. But if you're the type of person that basically hides every single aspect of their life, then this is advice that I would also give to the voracious speaker. Nobody really cares about your struggles or about the mistakes that you make anyway. I hope you enjoyed the video. I scripted it live here on YouTube. You can watch the whole stream, even though it's horribly laggy and one of the worst streams I will ever make, but in the future I'll get better. And if you like sociology, philosophy, psychology, or calisthenics, subscribe to the YouTube channel, because there is a lot of content coming. And good content, I promise. See you later, and hopefully stronger than ever.